those of you who've been riding or dying from
Corona, that's you?
If you come close to me, bam, you're dead. The coronavirus. Leave 99 more to go, so don't come this way.
Hey Ryderz, welcome to the Rodeo Show. I am your host, Dimey Dimes, and we're back with another video. For those of you who are just joining us, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you never miss an episode. And if you've been riding a dime from the very first video, you know, it's a whole lot of wild shit per usual. Now, like I said in my first video, I am from the Bahamas, and today is our second night of a government mandated curfew, whereas the whole island has to shut down by 9 p.m. It's supposed to be going on until the 31st of this month. I want to do a quarantine log, like a different look for each night. I wanted to do a video that was like coronavirus,
But glam.
you know, a green look actually for that. So I'm gonna try to do that like someday this week, because all I got is time.
because the government closed down my shop.
And if you want to know why I have these short on my nails, y'all, if you know me, you know like my nails can't be under like 4 inches. Look out for that video this week, which will explain why I have these and when I got them done. So there's nothing I really want to say other than I hope I can give you guys something every single day, and if I can, then
Fight me, bitch.
anyways, if you would like to see how I got this look, go ahead and continue to watch, and I will see you in another video. Hey guys, it's 6:40 in the morning and I haven't went to bed yet, so I just want to breeze through this voiceover and get it done. I'm starting off with my Pond's moisturizing cream because you guys know how I feel about good skin as it pertains to makeup. Then I'm going to use my MAC Fast Response Eye Cream to lessen these Chanel bags that I get from not going to bed. Like, I haven't slept yet. But anyways, I'm going in now with my Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Lip Plumper, and that's just to get me those doggy sucker lips that I have to use get fillers for. And then I'm going to use my MAC Strobe Cream, and that's just going to give my skin a nice golden reflective undertone. That's going to look really good through my makeup. Very radiant. And I'm just working that into my skin, and if you see me looking over, I'm on a video call with my cousin. Now I'm using the MAC eyebrow pencil in this shade Stud, and listen, MAC pencils cost entirely too much for the lead to be dropping out, and that's a new one, because I thought I had lost my old one, so I got a new one, and the new one broke on the first try, so I'm just like, ugh. And then I use my Warm Honey Concealer under my eyebrows to clean that up, and then my foundation at the top. But yeah, MAC, do better, okay? Because nobody's trying to spend over $20 for a pencil that's always breaking. Now I'm just going in and blending out all of that product to make sure that everything is seamless, transitions smoothly, like all that good stuff. And I'm gonna go back in and just touch up my eyebrows for anything that the concealer may have shifted. Now I'm taking my P. Louise eyeshadow primer base in Roma number 4, putting that on top of my eyelids, blending it out. Then I'm going to use some Laura Mercier translucent powder to set it. Even though it works without setting it, I just feel like I get better results when I set it. Now for the 11th product that I used on my face, this is the Smashbox primer, and I've just been in love with this primer from I first started makeup about 10 years ago, so like it's just a staple. It's something that I always wanted in my kit, that I always got, and I went back and blended out my concealer. But now I'm using the Take Me to Brazil palette, Take Me Back to the Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm using these 2 shades to create this color that you see. And I'm going to pack it on my eyelid and then blend. Now I'm taking the shade, the first purple shade that you saw circled, and I'm using that to blend out the edges. And then I'm going to take a clean brush and blend that out so it looks like a transition color and it's smooth. And again on the face, I'm using the Laura Mercier Blurred Face Primer, and I'm just focusing that on my smile lines. Yeah. Then I'm going to use the deepest purple in that palette and just pack that onto my crease so that the color doesn't get lost once I cut my crease. And then I'm using the LA Pro concealer in the shade Natural to cut my crease. Then I blend it out and then I set it with the powder. And I'm not too good at setting my crease. At cutting my crease, but it's pretty easy to do with that concealer. So if you guys want me to do like an in-depth video about cutting crease, then let me know. But you probably should go to like Kiki Adams for that. Now I'm using my Color Festival palette from BH Cosmetics. I'm just taking the lightest shade, which is a silverish white. Sorry, my Bahamian accent's slipping out, just making up words. And I'm just packing that on my eyelid. Then I'm going to go in with that lavender shade from my first palette, and I'm going to go in my crease to blur that out. And you want to bring your transition colors, or that purple shade, all the way to the inner tear ducts, so that when you cut it, you still get like definition. I'm just playing between those 2 palettes and balancing out the colors. I ain't got no glitter glue or no duo, so I'm using my clear lash glue and I'm packing that on my eyelids. Then I'm going to go into my Coco Couture palette. That's a Bahamian brand. They have a glitter palette, and I'm just using that silver shade on the majority of my lid. Then I'm going to go back. You're going to see that at little ways in the video. I'm going to go back with that lavender glitter and use that to transition between the purple and the silver glitter. And what you saw me do just now was go in and redefine my crease, which doesn't matter because I went back in with glitter. Now I'm using my MAC black liquid liner, and I'm just winging it out. Then I'm going to use my NYX white liquid liner and draw a thin line above my black eyeliner. And now I'm taking that lavender glitter that I was talking about out of the palette, and I'm just using that as a transition. Now I am just taking a wet wipe and taking all that glitter and extra makeup off of my face. And if you guys hear any like water noises, it's because at 7 o'clock in the morning my puppy is taking a shower. But I'm just touching up that eyeliner. Now, I think this is the last thing I used on my face. I'm taking my Benefits Professional Pore Erasing Primer and just minimizing some of that pores. And I'm gonna color correct with my LA Pro concealers in the orange color correcting shade and the shade Fawn. Then I'm gonna blend that out. And Miss Kiki Adams teaches us the importance of blending, so y'all make sure y'all follow her page. And I'm taking my NARS Radiant foundation, and listen, I'm in love with this foundation now. I did some videos that I didn't get to post and I just hated it, but I was like, you know, you gotta master this. This shit costs $51. You gonna master this, motherfucker. And I'm using a foundation brush to buff that foundation into my skin. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Fix Plus from MAC. It's a setting spray. I put that on my blending sponge so that I can get an airbrush look. I'm going to highlight using my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Biscuit directly under my eyes. Then I'm going to use my LA Pro concealers in the shade Warm Honey under that. Then Fawn, which is the color closest to my skin, for a smooth transition between my highlight and contour. Then I'm going to use my LA Pro concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze to contour, to cream contour. And now for my trademarked Queen Bitch highlight. That's a staple. I do that almost as much as I stick out my tongue, which I do a lot. And yeah, so I'm going to continue to highlight, then contour, then I'm going to blend all of that out. And again, paying homage to the great Kiki Adams face layer. She teaches you how important it is to blend. So I use a brush and a sponge to blend out that. Before I go in now with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to preheat that face, baby. Preheat my oven. I don't cake face. I don't bake in this video. And I just didn't know why, because I did this video at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I don't see why. It's not like I had to go somewhere. But I'm contouring with my Ruby Kiss contour palette, and I'm just going to use those shapes that I showed on my cheeks, and then I'm going to use the same thing on my nose. I wish I used Fawn instead of Warm Honey to define my contour, because I just felt like it was a little too bright, or I could at least put some of my setting powder on it. But shoulda, coulda, woulda, but didn't. And like I said, I recorded this at 3 o'clock in the morning, And I don't know. It could, like, at that point it should have been perfect, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't explain it. Now I'm taking my same MAC powder in the shade C7 that I should have used to tone down that highlight under my contour. And I'm just going to use that to set all the areas of my face that wasn't set by any other powder. And I just took a little bit of translucent powder and applied it to my nose. Now I'm using my Juvia's Place Sahara blush palette. I'm taking the purplish shade and going overboard. I had to tone it down with my powder, but it ended up blending very nice. And now I'm mixing these two shades to get this really nice plum highlight that I loved. And then I made a mistake on putting it on my top lip, on my cupid's bow, that same mixture of highlights. And I just felt it made it look like I was drinking Kool-Aid. So I wish I had used this palette. This that's my BH Wild and Radiant palette that they don't make anymore. I wish I had used that on top of my cupid's bow, but I'm just using that on my inner tear duct and my brow bone. And now I'm taking the purple shade and the lavender shade, and I'm just putting that under my eye, the same two shades I used in my corner of my crease. Now I'm gonna take my Smolder Eye Kohl by MAC and just line my waterline and my, I can't remember my top waterline, but I can't remember what it's called where I line, but yeah. And this is the GG Extended Lash Play mascara from MAC that I love so much, especially for my bottom lashes. So I'm just going to apply that before I apply my falsies. Now I'm going to use these 25 mm foam ink lashes that I sell in my beauty supply store. And I'm just putting them on with hair glue. A part of me wishes I had taken my time and applied these lashes, because I could see in the pictures that it was falling off, but baby, like I said, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. But I'm just taking the shine from the gloss off my lips before I apply this MAC lipstick in the shade Smoked Purple, which in this whole look was centered around this lipstick, which is why I even went with the purple. So this is the star of the show, and it's giving me very much Lysol, very much Nyquil vibes. And I'm gonna flat iron my hair with some heat spray and my Remington flat iron. And for the millionth time, I was going nowhere. Like, at this point, I was just done. I was doing my makeup from 11. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I just wanted to, like, you know, get some good pictures, get a video to upload, and then that was gonna be me. But that's all I pretty much do for this look. I will see you guys in another video. It probably will be a brow tutorial. Of course, I'm starting with my Fix Plus, or a green coronavirus look.